The goals, planning, and action theory, or GPA for short, is a communication theory associated with linguistic behavior. This theory suggests that during our verbal interactions, the language we choose is a means to an end. As an actor in a social exchange, we choose our goal or goals we want to achieve throughout the interaction. These primary goals are what drive the social meaning or significance of any social exchange. These primary goals could be any number of things. J.P. Dillard, a professor of communication arts and sciences at Penn State University, describes primary goals as an interpersonal influence attempt or the desire to bring about behavioral changes in a target person. In other words, goals, planning, and action theory is a conversational persuasion. For example, if one roommate mentions to another that the kitchen needs cleaning, due to the lack of implicitness, the interpretation of the meaning of that statement lies with the receiver. Is the first roommate simply making an observation that the kitchen has become unkempt, or is he trying to motivate his roommate to clean the kitchen? The primary goal, whatever that may be, drives the conversation. Choice language is used by actors in a conversation in order to achieve a set goal. Other goals that lie under the primary goals are called secondary goals. These are more associated with interpersonal relations and moral standards. Identity goals focus on ethics and personal standards of behavior. This allows a filter system when choosing a plan of action. This goal sets the parameters of socially acceptable language to be used during an interaction. Conversational management goals deal with managing one's impression and saving face. Conversation management keeps the interaction on topic and keeps the language from becoming personal or offensive. Relational resource goals are longer-term goals. They are goals focused on building or maintaining a relationship. These goals help us choose language that will benefit both parties in order to uphold a positive future interaction. Personal resource goals are set to maintain one's measurable well-being. This could be physical health, financial well-being, or the acquisition of material possessions. The affect management goals are created to maintain a state of positive mind. The goal may be to impart a positive mindset upon others you are communicating with, or to manifest a positive internal feeling to create a sense of productivity or low stress. These goals, both primary and secondary, guide one to a plan. The plan is the process of choosing which language and actions are most appropriate in order to achieve the goal or goals that the conversation is based on. The 4 dimensions in planning are explicitness, or how obvious the message is, dominance, or the allocation of power within a conversation based on the relationship of the participants, argument, or the extent at which both parties are willing to go to in order to convey a message, and control, which is the assessment of how much power a persuader has in the conversation. This helps him choose his language tactfully. The action sequence of this theory is simply the language used in the interaction. This could be both verbal and nonverbal. After goal setting and planning, the action is the result of a complicated thought process that occurs at about the speed of the conversation. Being aware of these internal processes can be a very positive communication tool. It can help us assess the language being used in an interaction or in order to identify underlying goals. It is a helpful tool in interpreting motives and persuading others if used effectively.